Hey, welcome back to the Intuitive Mindset with Jeannie Lynch. Really excited today. We're going to do a spiritual book review on one of my favorite all-time most recommended books that comes out of my spiritual library, a book that was given to me as a gift with the vow that it would change my life, and it did. And I'm going to share the why with you today. Here we go. The only little prayer you need. Wow. Two bold claims. One prayer you need, one book. Let's find out in this video today why I'm going to share the truths behind the book and the story behind the book and how this book can change your life. You just have to invest a little time to hear me out. Enjoy. It's in today's video. The only little prayer you need. Let's do it. Hey, thanks. You stayed clicked in. Perfect. Thank you for the gift of your time. I will totally change your life. If you stay listening and you follow the homework that's going to be involved with this book. This is one of those books, I call it like my Bible. When this book, as I mentioned in the hook, was given to me, a friend sent me the book and with a little small note, and the note said, "This book changed my life. I thought you would like it also." And boy, that friend was spot on. When I opened up the book and started reading it, the first thing that I want to share with you is it is an easy read. In fact, you'll probably be able to blow through this book. Get the Cliff Note version. You won't need to. It should take no more than an hour to go through it. But in between the words and in between the pages is probably the most important thing that you will learn about the way in which you live your life and how your life is governed. And I'm going to share that opening door for you today, right now in this first statement. As the Dalai Lama did the forward in this book, and as they teach in the Course of Miracles, imagine for a moment that we only move from two places in our life. We'll call them two emotions. We're either moving from love or we're moving from fear. Now, love is pretty easy to describe, isn't it? It feels like a warm hug. We beam, we lean in. When someone compliments us, when we have a good meal, right? When someone gives us a hug and teaches us or treats us a certain way, we're all lit up, right? We know that's love. It's so easy to define. But fear can be a little tricky. Sometimes fear feels like being late for work. Getting up on the wrong side of the bed, having a fight with your loved one, right? Being upset with a sister, right? Those have all these other emotions, frustration, anger, right? And we label those as those other emotions instead of just looking at the truth, which is, what is it? It's fear. So this book helps you identify every day, all day, where you're moving from and what to do when you realize, oops, I'm on the side of fear again. And that was the eye-opening for me that connected me to this book and why I couldn't put it down. When I started working with this book daily, the first thing out of the gate you'll realize is you got a lot of fear in your life you're not even aware of. I was saying this simple little prayer that I'm going to share with you in a second. When I first started, like 25, 30 times a day, and I had no idea how triggered I was and how much fear I was actually in. Started saying this beautiful prayer, started working with it and understanding it and bringing some awareness to it. And then I would say within 2 weeks, I started to realize that a lot of the things that I was saying daily stopped being needed to be said. Because of this prayer. Now, those are some pretty bold statements. I use this in my daily practice today, 15 flippin' years later. I'm going to share some of the words between the pages and some of the teachings. I'm going to share 5 things in particular, give you some daily practices to try, and not to put you off the hook from reading this book. It's to lay it up for you so you can get the book for yourself, maybe even refer it to a friend like it was referred to me. Spread that light on, and who knows? Yeah, another bold claim. We can change the world. Let's stay listening and find out how, and more importantly, what that means for you. From my heart to yours, all in love. Let's do it. Enjoy. I would like to dedicate this video today to a high school friend of mine, still very connected. Catherine, this one's for you. The only little prayer you need. The simple prayer that can change everything. Have you ever found yourself praying, help me with my finances? Let me heal in this relationship. Please make my anxiety and my panic go away. Who are we praying to after all? And how are we going to be helped? What if I told you that what we really need to shift is the small prayer that could absolutely change your life for the better? I've shared how the book came to me, but I haven't shared how the author came to write this book. So first off, Debra, the author, was absolutely interested in writing a beautiful book about magical prayer. And like many of us, this particular day that the prayer came to her, she was having a bad day. She had just had a minor accident, was standing at the auto dealers trying to figure out how to fix her car, and she was in a really bad state of mind. Nothing was going smooth. And as she was standing in line getting ready to pull out her credit card, a very different prayer came in to her awareness. It was almost as if it was channeled to her. The channeled prayer was this: Please heal my fear-based thoughts. She heard it loud, she heard it clear, so she said it out loud.
Please heal my fear-based thoughts.
She realized in that moment that all of her prayers had always been focused on changing her outside world, praying for someone or something to fix it, to change it, to make it easier. This prayer was completely different. This was more from the inside out instead of the outside in. She knew she was onto something. She wrote it down and she committed to learning more, just like you are. These simple 6 words truly became the foundation of Debra's spiritual practice and eventually this wonderful book that I'm sharing with you today. So instead of asking life to change, let's begin to ask for our perception to be changed. This simple shift is what we're talking about, and it is that shift that changes everything. Now, to apply this to your own practice, think about who you pray to. Do you pray to God, your guides, your angels, or your universe? You might pray to all of them. Whatever you do, start with that and then use this simple prayer, please heal my fear-based thoughts, and then guess what? You're going to have to fill in the thoughts. Fill in the blank. Let's keep going and learn more. Lesson 1, the lesson of understanding that fear is truly the real deal and the real problem of all our suffering. And here's why. When something upsets us, we make the mistake of thinking that the problem is the situation. Maybe it's a money problem or our health situation or that nasty coworker. But I'm here to tell you today that beneath that surface, that painful experience, you're going to find fear. Fear of failure, rejection, loss, and maybe even of not being enough. So remember, the situation is often just scratching the surface. In today's work, we dig a little deeper. We go underneath that surface and we look for the fear that is keeping us suffering. So let's play with that energy right now in this video for yourself. Here's the question. What are you currently afraid of right now? Give some mindfulness to it and maybe even write it down. Pause the video if you need to. It's probably or most likely right there in the tip of your tongue at the scratching of that surface, right? That one question alone can truly open up the door to your healing and is the first step to awareness. Lesson 2, Change your thinking before you can change your circumstances. Most of us pray something like this: Dear God, fix this problem, and we label it. But that prayer, you see, is something completely different. When we use the fear-based thoughts prayer, instead of trying to control our life, what we're asking is just to become a little bit more peaceful inside of our life first. And here's the amazing thing. When we become calmer and wiser and less reactive, we actually can make better decisions. I learned when I was in total fight or flight for years that not only could I not make the right decision, but I made some pretty bad ones, feeling and living in fear. Using this prayer isn't going to be like one day the whole world magically changes, but here's what will happen. You will. Lesson 3 from the book, that your thoughts create your experience. Now, I know if you've been following me for years, this is not new. The Buddha taught us this, that our thoughts shape our lives. And in the Course of Miracles, it taught us that we choose love instead of fear. But with modern neuroscience, it tells us that our interpretation of these events have powerful influence on how our emotions work. The author in this book beautifully brings these ideas together in this tiny little prayer. So instead of asking the question, how do I fix this? The book and the prayer encourages us to ask a different question. How can I see this differently? It is this small change that can create enormous peace, enormous space, and enormous healing for our life. Lesson 4, peace comes before happiness. I love this one. Many people spend years saying things like, when I finally get that job, ... When I have the perfect relationship, then I'll be able to. When I have enough money, I can. And when I do all this, then I'll be peaceful. Does that sound familiar? But this book gently turns that whole theory and philosophy upside down and back again. Because here's the deal. Peace is not the reward here. Peace is only the starting point. So when you stop making decisions all from fear, your life will start to get into a beautiful flow state, and it will move more naturally. Lesson 5, healing yourself helps heal the world. This is absolutely my favorite lesson in the book. Every peaceful thought you choose doesn't just change your life, it changes the energy you bring into every situation. Your family will feel it, your friends will feel it, even that obnoxious coworker we talked about earlier. Even strangers will notice it. Healing is contagious. Every time we choose love over fear, we quietly make the world a little brighter. I think you're ready to start this daily practice for yourself. So I have a challenge for you. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, the very first thought into that beautiful brain of yours, that very first thing out of your mouth will be this prayer out loud. And I'm going to share with you just a couple examples of different ways that you can say this prayer, so I really get you thinking about it. So tomorrow when you start your day, start with this. Please heal my fear-based thoughts about today. A nice open prayer, don't you think? And the next time you have that difficult conversation scheduled with that annoying boss, here's one. Please heal my fear-based thoughts about my boss. And then don't forget when money situations arise. Here's the one I use. Please heal my fear-based thoughts about abundance. And even when anxiety shows up throughout the day, take a slow breath, place your hand on your heart, and repeat this prayer. And then don't forget to take a simple second to notice the feelings and the changes that are happening absolutely inside of you. A quick pro tip for the Catholics listening. It is absolutely okay in this teaching to pray for yourself. Despite what they taught you in catechism, bringing more love into your life is the whole teaching of this book. So please don't feel this is, against the rules, that we should just be praying for others and not self. Self-love is not selfish. As I wrap up today's video, I'm going to remind you the things that I absolutely love about this book, and I believe you will love about this teaching. First off, that this prayer is so simple. It reminds us that the greatest healing doesn't happen when we change our circumstances. The greatest miracle will happen when we change our perceptions. I love the fact that instead of asking for our life to become a little bit easier, we need to focus on becoming a little bit more peaceful. Instead of trying to control every outcome, that we can learn to trust more. And perhaps learning how to trust is the greatest prayer we will receive of all. So today, I invite you to try this simple experiment just for 1 week. Whenever you catch yourself feeling anxious, frustrated, or maybe even a little overwhelmed, can you do that little pause and can you say that little prayer? Please heal my fear-based thoughts. And then don't forget, pay attention, not to the changes that happen around you, because they'll be subtle at first. It might take you a little while to notice, but notice the changes within you immediately. And you might be surprised to find, like I did, that the peace that I've been wanting and praying and desiring for years was there all along. Leave a comment below. What fear are you ready to heal today? And all connections to the author and to the book are found in the show notes. And don't forget to check the cards for videos like this on my channel. Bye now. Namaste.